To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making non-believers say, oh.
What's up, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome to another episode of NBA Talk Playoff Edition. This is episode 113, and man, do I love being right. I said Miami was going to go up 3-1. I said Miami didn't have to change anything, that they just had to make small little adjustments, and it kind of, you put the icing on the cake with the way the Boston Celtics were playing last night, and that's how the game went down. But that's just a summary of it. I'm gonna give it a full breakdown. But first, I just wanna say, as a Heat fan, I couldn't be more excited as a Miami Heat fan right now. We're one win away from going to the NBA Finals. Woo! Oh my God! I'm hyped as hell right now. It might not sound like it, but I'm hyped as hell. I'm really hyped as hell. Like, to see Miami after all these years, now they're one game away of going to the NBA Finals, and it especially excites me more that we're doing this against the Boston Celtics. Okay, I said from Game 3 that the Boston Celtics gave their best shot. And look at the scoring difference. Miami still stayed within, and Boston barely won by 10 points. I said I wasn't concerned about Miami. I said they shouldn't have to change anything. That zone defense was really bothering them, and you just got to play your zone and make your shots, and that's what Miami was doing. Tyler Herro, man. Tyler Herro just came out and he single-handedly destroyed the Celtics. He destroyed the Celtics. He destroyed any kind of defense that they were throwing at him. They threw Marcus Smart at him. They threw a multitude of defenders on him, and he was just scoring any way he wanted to, whether it was step back threes, mid-range shots, right at the rim, penetrating. He was finding the open man. It was just unbelievable the way Tyler Herro played. For a rookie, this was huge. This was absolutely huge. Miami stood composed. They stayed consistent with the zone. They played it practically through the whole game. They played that zone through the whole game, and it absolutely bothered the Celtics. And Jason Tatum oddly went scoreless in the first half. I even found it kind of strange that he went scoreless in the first half. He did put up 28 in the second half, but it was too little too late by the time he started scoring all those points, because Miami was just such on a roll, and Tyler Herro was in such a good rhythm that it was like you were trading shots, and it was at one point it did get to a 3-point game, but it was just too little too late at that point. Jimmy Butler, he went 8 for 23, and I know the stats might not look at it, but he was more effective being that disruptor, creating havoc on the floor and getting key steals along with Andre Iguodala. Goran Dragic had 21. Jimmy Butler had 24. Tyler Herro with 37. You had Bam with a 20 and 10 game. This Heat team is just so great as a team. They work. This is the definition of how they work as a team. They work as a team defensively. They work as a team offensively. The Boston Celtics, you might say the Boston Celtics are more talented. I won't argue you with that. I won't argue with you when you say the Boston Celtics are more talented, but you see what it is when hard work beats talent. And that's what the Miami Heat are doing. They're showing you the hard work that they've put into this year, and you see that they don't play like a fifth seed. This is not a fifth seed. They're beating a third seed. They just beat the number one. They just beat the best team in the NBA, the team with the best record in the league. They just knocked them out of the second round. And so, to me, Miami stayed. I'm glad they never changed a damn thing. All they did was pressure a little bit more on the perimeter, and they made their shots. That's it. They did what they had to do. It wasn't a pretty game. It was a gritty game, and that's the kind of game Miami would like to play. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. The Boston Celtics, they were getting out. They couldn't handle the physicality. They were feeling the pressure of that zone defense, which in these playoffs, no matter what team plays zone, throughout the entire playoffs, any team that plays zone is gonna bother the other team's offense instantly. It's like nobody knows how to play against a zone. Brad Stevens figured it out a little bit, but it seemed like Jason Tatum couldn't find his rhythm the entire first half because every time he break the shot, there goes the ball, there goes their offensive rhythm. And Miami at one point took a 12-point lead, and then the Celtics, they came back like they usually do. I never expect the Celtics to just give up a game. They fought back. They fought back hard, but it was just like I said, it was too little, too late. They were feeling the pressure. You saw the look in Jason Tatum's face as soon as Jimmy Butler hit that last free throw. He just looked like that was a demoralizing loss to me when it comes to the Celtics. This was a tough loss. Instead of having the series tied 2-2, now you're down 3-1. Miami's one win away from going to the NBA Finals, and you think Miami is not going to give everything they have to try to win Game 5? And I know the Boston Celtics are going to try to pull every trick out of their hat to try to win, to get a Game 5 win. But I think Eric Spoelstra has been doing a great job with how he's been adjusting to in every single round. From the Indiana series to the adjustments he's made in the Milwaukee series with the defense he designed against Giannis, to now this series, how consistent he's been with that zone. And the Celtics have not been good with the zone all year. The Celtics tried to pull their own version of a zone, and it wasn't as successful because there was miscommunications. Marcus Smart, as great as of a defender as he is, he can't control literally everybody on the floor. This is not NBA 2K. You got to handle your assignment. Like the Boston Celtics, they were getting into a lot of foul trouble. Marcus Smart fouled out. He played 36 minutes and only scored 10 points. Like I said, Jason Tatum scored 28 points in the second half. Jaylen Brown also got into foul trouble. Kemba Walker looked frustrated. Gordon Hayward couldn't find his shot in the second half. The Miami Heat was just rolling. Tyler Herro just took over that second half, and he was just lights out. He was just lights out. I couldn't believe what I saw. I really could not believe it, and I don't know what else to say from there. To tell you the truth, I don't know what else to say. The Miami Heat have just been the best. Between the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets, it's like they've been the best teams in the bubble. They've been by far the best teams in the bubble. And the Lakers, I'll get into that in a minute. Miami has the ultimate opportunity to take out the Boston Celtics. I urge the Miami Heat, do not let this opportunity go to waste. You need to knock out Boston in Game 5. You have to. You have to knock out Boston in Game 5. I have faith that they will, but they cannot let this opportunity go to waste. They need to knock out Boston in Game 5 and get ready for an NBA Finals. They cannot waste it, because if I know Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward, Daniel Tice, I know Brad Stevens, they're going to try to pull everything they can to try to extend this series. And Miami, you cannot let that happen. Eric Spoelstra, you gotta get this team rolling. Jimmy Butler, you gotta keep this team disciplined. You got a mixed group of young and veteran guys. They're very disciplined. They don't shy away from the moment. They don't get phased, but you're one game away from an NBA Finals, so you better get the job done. You better knock out the Celtics in Game 5. I have confidence that they will, because they've just been that kind of team. But it's It's just the pressure of the conference finals that gets the team sometimes, that they just let things go. But I don't believe Miami will. I think Miami will win Game 5, and Miami will be heading to the NBA Finals. Now, as for tonight's game with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets, I believe the Los Angeles Lakers will go up 3-1 as well. I think the Lakers have found something that they can use. I believe they've discovered also something with a zone defense, just like Miami, that bothers the Denver Nuggets. And as explosive as the Denver Nuggets are, and I believe overall the Denver Nuggets have been a better offensive team than the Boston Celtics. So I believe a zone defense has been affecting them also, and the Lakers have figured that out. And I believe they're going to try to use that a lot more often in game 4. And I believe you're going to see a more aggressive LeBron, a more aggressive AD, a more aggressive Dwight on the boards. You're going to see an aggressive Laker team. They figured out something. They were like, hey, we pulled this to within 3 points, and they almost let this go when they were up 20. So to me, I got the Lakers going up 3-1. The Denver Nuggets, you better not fall to within the same trap the Boston Celtics did. Because the Boston Celtics, they fell into the same exact trap. They fell out of rhythm. They struggled, and by the time they came back, it was too little, too late. And with a team like the Lakers are going to be ultra aggressive on the defensive end. I could just feel it. I could just feel that they could be they're gonna be very physical, especially with the way Joker has been playing against Anthony Davis. I feel like Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard are gonna be extra physical with him, and it all depends on whether the referee swallowed the whistle or not, because they gotta let these guys play basketball. Seriously, like, stop with all these trips to the free throw line, man. That's the one thing the Lakers gotta do. Stop fouling. And the Denver Nuggets, they have their formula. To speed up the pace, try to score within the first 7 to 8 seconds of the shot clock, and that's been their formula since, and it's been effective. But like I've said before, the Lakers, if they can effectively know how to work that zone, I believe they will win Game 4, and I solely believe that they will win Game 4 tonight and go up 3-1. So I'm mostly giving just game takes today. I'm not talking about no other news. But so this is gonna be a short episode today. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell if you like basketball content. This is your boy Jay Varsity, and I'm out. Peace.
We got some non-believers out there.